Hello and welcome to the Astroflower reading for Taurus, the week of the 3rd going through to the 10th of October. A lot of things changing in the world, and we've been seeing that in the monthly readings here on this channel. If I was you, I'd go and have a look at that because I think it's going to help you out a lot. I think it's going to be really important. Some major changes going on in this month and going through the entire autumn, which we did in the autumn reading as well. We're going to do something slightly different. So what you're going to see here is the sun. I do a lot of work on Somatic TV. I've been taking a break from it, and it will be starting back up again this week. But it goes into how the energy of the sun changes the energy of the earth, and therefore changes our energy, our aura, our chakras, and that sort of thing. And what you're seeing on this sun here is basically the coronal hole that's making the main feature. That's that dark area in the middle. Now that's earth energy. It's very slow, very solid, creates a lot of earthquakes, really makes the earth sort of judder. It rings the bell of the earth like it should. We also have filament energies, which you can see at the top right of the sun there. I'll try and focus in on that, which is emotional energies. And then you get the solar flares, which is sort of fire and air energy, basically. And we're going to be clarifying your reading using the Astroflower system, connecting with the sun at the end of this video. So if I was you, stay tuned all the way to the end and get the complete clarification on all of this. Okay, let me just check, make sure everything is recording. Okay, there you go. So let's just see now. Here we have the Astroflower, which is obviously empty. Hello. Underneath that, you'll see your flower. So this is Taurus, your elements that are going through it. So obviously that's going to be affecting in this coming week, certainly from this weekend onwards. It's something you should sort of keep checked in on Somatic TV to get some instant notifications on what's going on in the vibration. But certainly that corona hole, so all the earth elements. And as you can see, you've got lots of earth elements that go all the way around you, certainly on the top section there, because you're 2/3 earth and 1/3 fire. But you also have the earth energy coming in from Cancer that comes up through this section here, as you can well see. And not a great deal of amount of air, which is just in this section here. It's mainly the waters that we will be concerned about because there's quite a lot of filament energies that are going on as well. So we will be clarifying that all at the end. So let's just see with you, Taurus, what is going on for you in the week of the 3rd. Let's get the overall energies. I was doing a healing not too long ago, a couple of hours ago, actually, and I had a Taurus, and it was basically, we were talking about, letting go, as it were, letting and allowing the energy to flow through you, rather than trying to direct the energy. And I think this is the week for you to sort of allow things to just sort of flow through you. So you can, like a bird who sort of soars on the wind, and it's not using its own force, as it were. It's sort of like capturing the forces that are around us. And I think this is mainly the same thing for you here. The overall energy is doing this, allowing the force or the wind to fill your sails, basically, as you move forward. The Emperor, sitting in your power, knowing what you know. You should be set at the moment. You should know where you're going. So it's just a case of concentrating on that direction of where you're going. Okay. Associated with earth and fire, which is pretty much Taurus. So it's very much in your sort of energy. That's why you've got that Taurus, that bull's head in the background. It's not a bull's head, I think it's something else, but anyway, you can probably tell me in the links in the description below, and in the comments in below. So yeah, it's about that. It's being that Emperor, but sitting in your power, basically. Let's just see what's going on the emotional sort of side. This is the karmic message for the relationship side of your life, and this could be sort of family, couple, friends, community, that sort of thing. Just generally the relationships that are around you. There's a longing here to be part of something. There's a longing to be part of that herd in a way, feeling at home, feeling at one with everything that is around you. Yeah, it's Empress energy, so it's connecting the body, mind, and spirit. So it's enjoying the relationships with others. So it's not necessarily one-to-one. This is mainly with other people, with groups, I think, more than anything, which is more important for you this week. So I would connect with your groups, even if it's just with your neighbours and stuff like that. Even if it's just saying hello, it's just being part of the herd in a way. It's feeling at home. That's what should be sort of generating. Let's just see how the universe is influencing that Empress energy, which is gradually sitting there calm and waiting for that new birth of that new earth, as it were. So waiting for that new renewal of energy within you. There's lots of pleasures to be had that doesn't need a lot of money and stuff like that. And it's sort of saying here is enjoy yourself with the simple things in life. Yeah, walk away from the hecticity of having to do things, to be on the move all the time. And that's what I think is about that sitting still as well, and meditating, or sitting still within yourself at the market as you go around the market, being in that meditative sort of state really as you connect with other people around you. I think it's time to move away from that period of really pushing and pushing and pushing. It's only a lull this week, I think, for this week here, but it's going to help you to reposition yourself in regards to relationships that are around you. Let's just see what's going on, how your guides are trying to influence this karmic path. And this is walking away. So the universe is trying to encourage you to walk away from the hecticity of it all, the human system, that constant demand of being on the ball, go, 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 go. You know, you can allow the world to move around you. Therefore, you're going to voyage a lot without actually having to go anywhere. And how the guides trying to influence this bit here. They're trying to, within you, it's as if they're trying to pull out a new you, or a different angle to you, a different way of doing things, a way of the way. That's what I'm getting all the time. Being, and approaching relationships in a very not detached manner, but very calm, at home, at ease within yourself. That's what it's trying to do. And I think they're trying to make you realize that amazing things can happen when you don't push too much, when you're not trying to create too much. It's enjoying the creation, not only of others, but just of the general universe, the world that is around us. And I think that's what the guides are trying to pull out of you here. I think that's what that birthing is all about from the Empress card. And they're sort of saying you're going to realize that actually there's small miracles happening all the time around you this week within your relationships, and it's going to make you appreciate relationships in a different way, on a whole new level. And that should be something that you can carry on and go forward with. It's going to be really beneficial for you. Let's just see how the universe is, how the guides are trying to influence the conversation that's in you. They're almost asking you, what do you want to enjoy? What do you, as the person driving the vehicle, driving the body, living the life, what would you like to enjoy in regards to relationships? Because that's what's they're trying to offer you. This is a great offering they're giving you. So it could be possible that your guides are here trying to create an encounter with a new love, an encounter with other people, or falling in love with other people that are around you, that are already in your relationships with you. And that could be family, friends, and community. But here they're really trying to sort of saying, what sort of bit about them do you love? If you love the entirety of them, it's fantastic. But there is certain relationships where there's certain aspects. So it could be like playing sport with the person, or doing yoga with the person, or meditating with the person, or go out drinking with the person, or go to a restaurant with the person, or just sitting down, having a cup of tea and having a chat with the person. There's different aspects. There's communication, there's physical aspects, there's whole of the exploring the sensation of being here on this planet. I think you've got to open up this week and just absorb a lot of that within the relationships that are around you. Quite nice, lovely, very relaxing time for you, considering the world's going doolally all around us. Let's just see what's going on in your financial sort of side of life. This is your karmic message for your money side. This is the keeping the eye on the goals. So it's not running from pillar to post, and keeping an eye on what you want. If you keep an eye on what you want, look at that. 6 of Wands and the Wheel. This is a change of fortune for you. This is if you can allow yourself to realize that, yes, this is a good plan for me. If it's working, or if it feels right for you, I would really just follow it without pushing. It's like almost like if the river's pulling you along and you're feeling fine about it, you can swim with the river. Yeah, you can go a little bit quicker, as it were, but really enjoying the invigorating advancing that you could be doing here. So that's the karmic message. It's time to shine for you. Let's just see what's going on in the universe, how the universe is influencing this karmic message. They want you to be conscious of what you can do with this success. I think this has to do with the monthly readings, basically. If you go back to the collective in equinox readings, which is on our channel, it talks about changing aspects in the economy, of going to a respect rather than financial gain. And this is what it's sort of saying to you, sort of saying these opportunities are being presented to you if they're being presented to you. So if you're looking for a job, and this is a good time to go looking for a job if you're looking for a job. And when you do get that job, how are you going to, invest in that job in a different way? Or how are you going to allow that job to open up respectful ways of working together and with other people, with clients, or even with suppliers and stuff like that? That's what the universe is trying to ask you to do. Yeah, it's the start of something new. It's a new journey with a clear vision for you, and it could be one that's already been going on, but it's almost as if like you've gone over the brow of the hill and it's kind of like, oh, this project is now really working, or this business is really starting to turn. Or it's a case of that you've just left something and you've left a job, or you've closed down a business. There is another opportunity for you coming along, because there always will be. If you go out looking for it, you will find it. And this is what it's sort of saying here, the universe. What do you want to do with that success that you have in order to help not only yourself change and evolve, but also the other people that are around you within your job and your projects? Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence that sort of karmic message. This is the prudent side of Taurus. You can spend money like no one when you want to, but this is the prudent side. Sort of like, it's almost sort of saying this is a time to accumulate. It's a little bit like the body during the autumn period. The body will naturally accumulate weight because of the winter period coming in. It's like bears, how they stock up their sort of their winter fat, as it were. And this is a similar sort of scenario for you. It's stocking it up. So you've got 2 aces on this side. It's a definite new journey for you this week. There's a real opening up for you for a long-term journey coming through for the future. It's going to be, it's your guides here are just trying to say, look, this is the way to go. And they're doing it through coincidences, through physical acts, this guide here. And they're talking about that journey, that path, or that project, or that business, or that job. They're sort of saying, yes, go for it. This is where the success is. Keep yourself focused on certain things rather than being distracted by loads of different things. Here is how the guides are trying to influence your karmic message. your life or your conversation that is within you. Okay, let's just see what's going on here. It's if you're going to be the king or the queen, act like the king or the queen. It's almost as if you've got to take on that persona within yourself. It's knowing, it's having, it's like having the emperor. The emperor, in order to be the emperor, you've got to have an empire. So this is the opposite of what I'm saying. And it's almost sort of saying here is sort of saying, if you're going to be that emperor, just realize that you've got that empire that is building. And it's now to start forming on a physical front within your job and how you act in your business and your projects. How you act in that is going to serve you great folds in the coming future. I guess when you act like that, you can be a little bit disappointed with the outside world. You might find that here the guides are sort of saying act as a or king or queen in order to manifest it. But you might well be slightly disappointed with certain people that are around you who may not want to see your success, as it were. There is a point here as well, and I think this comes back to learning how to sit and take it in. And I think these guides here are trying to help you learn that sort of aspect, because they want it to go a little bit faster than it actually is, and therefore that creates that bit of frustration, that disappointment within the business world. You can't change everything straight away. Rome wasn't built in a day. The empire wasn't built in a day. And you have to realize that when you're on your business plan. And this is where your guides are trying to realize that. If you push like that, you're going to be disappointed. So I would listen to them on regards to how you use the accelerator in your life in a way. Let's just see how it's going on with the overall outcome. If you're accumulating, you're going to find yourself that you've got a lot of weight or wealth within you. And I think this comes in here where it ties into the universe. It's almost as if like you've got a forest, you've cut all those trees down to build something, and you've got that stock of wood. The question is now is what are you going to build? And that's what the thing I think is going to want to come out there, because it's connected with that. It's a very paradoxical sort of world there. It's going to be amazing, because you're going to fall in love with what you do, but also on the relationship side, I think this is where you're going to find love. But your world, your physical world may cause you a little bit of stress if you're trying to do too much. This is where you've got to allow things to just flow through on both sides in order for the future. So in the outcome of it all, you are at harmony with yourself inside and out. And this can eliminate that sort of stress and strain from the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords here seems to be more of a warning card more than anything else. And I think they're tying in with these guides here, just sort of saying if you try to do too much, you're going to find that you're too stressed, you're not sleeping correctly, you're going to be disappointed. If you allow the flow to happen and literally be that emperor sitting there and allowing it to come into you, you're going to have great success. It depends upon you, obviously. Okay? So, yeah, a really nice reading for you there, Taurus. Beautiful reading. Right, now let's start doing a bit of clarification, see which cards are the most important for you. So we saw earlier on, and you'll see it here now, is that sun going through. There's not been a great deal of fire and air energy, but there has been mainly earth and water energies. So what we're looking at here is this section here, because that is where you have that transition of the water there going through. You also have your waters in these two sections here on this side here. So it's emotionally driven. your work side at the moment. And you've got that mutable water coming in from Pisces there, that pure sign coming in from that side. And you have that fire that comes in from Aries on this side. And your earth is going to be the most important thing. So how you interact with the outside world at the moment, you'll find that you're working very nicely, that things are moving on, you're getting good success, you're getting very good possibilities. And that's with that earth on the outside. But there is two earths, which is this one and this one here, that is also running through you. So I think this walking away and the rebirthing or finding a new aspect of you, which will allow you to have different relationships with people or evolve your relationships with other people, which may bring you into a situation where you find a true love if you haven't found them, or if you're in your couple, that you renew your vows or your love for that person or love with that person. It could also be with you how you renew your love with your family, your friends, your community. So this will depend upon these two here, the karmic message you should allow to come through. And in order to do that, you have to walk away from that fire because it's not very active, and which is that fire that comes from you, is at the base of you. That's what you need to walk away from and walk to something a little bit more sort of concrete. That emotions that are coming up, that is where you're going to meet that instant, that moment of love with the other person or with the other group of people that you're going to come into contact with. So I think the cards here on this side, the most important ones here are these two here. Very basic, very sound ones. But it's that transition between the two, how you convert your dreams into real offerings for you. On the financial side, I'm sorry, I just have to bring up the image. I do apologize. On the financial sort of side, this is where it's here, is where your emotions are mutable, and you have those emotions that go all the way through. So you can allow those emotions to come through, but don't let them dictate the interaction that you have with your job, with your business, with your projects and stuff like that, because then your emotions might run amok, as it were. And the most important thing on this side is going to be that interaction with the outside world. And that's where you get that persona of, I'm doing my projects, I own it. I'm doing my job, I do it well, and I've got full meaning in this. And this respect I give for that job or that business or that project, I should expect that the same respect coming back. You may get, as I said, disappointed by some people because they don't give that respect as it's duly meant to be done. And it could be a case of you're not respecting the other person. There's lots of things to look into. So it all depends upon you, how you receive those messages, how you integrate that conversation within you. So then, therefore, when you talk to other people, it can come out in a manner that is beneficial, not just for you, but for everyone around you. Now, you do have that cardinal earth that's coming through you and going into cardinal water. So it's actual acts in a way that should sort of like help sort of manifest the emotions on the emotional side. On this side here, you've got the fire coming in from Aries there, but you've also got fire coming in from Gemini down there, and you've got your fire down there. Now that's going to be the weakest parts of it. And this is where your emotions, where you've got the mutable and the fixed emotion coming through here. I would respect that fixed emotion and allow that to flow up through that side there. How that you can convert water into air. How do you need it? You need a bit of fire. But at the moment, what I would suggest for you is the accumulation of the wood, which is the fuel for that fire. And that's what you should be creating on. And that's what's going to come out next week, I would have thought, as it comes to the surface. I think that's going to be played out for the Two of Cups and the Nine of Swords. So it could be a little bit of a tricky week going forward from the 10th, but I think it's hugely dependent upon the outside world around you. There you go, Taurus. There is loads of links in the description below. I'm so glad you made it this far. If you did, if you're not subscribed, why not? You should be. it would really show appreciation for this channel, and I do appreciate you for doing that for me. Also, you can share this reading across all social media platforms. If we can all get on the same sort of page, life is going to be a lot easier for everybody. In the meantime, Taurus, if I don't see you on Cymatic TV, our sister channel, I'll see you here. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.